Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Did we do greedier? We did just do greedier, didn't we? Unlock the... Oh, no, wait, maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But either way, we gotta play the Keeper. It's just, it is what it is. We gotta get some Keeper punishment done. I'm excited, it's been forever. Here's our Keeper boy, G1NP, D3OD. Oh my god, we don't have the wooden nickel unlocked. How do you unlock the wooden nickel as the Keeper? I gotta refresh my memory here. So the Keeper gets 2 cents. Every time he picks up a coin, it can either give him money or heal him. The only kind of thing we want out of a Tinted Rock is Small Rock because we can't get any form of HP. Without having the wooden nickel, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's extremely unlikely that we'll succeed, which is exactly why we have to try. Because it would be hilarious for us to accomplish essentially anything on a run without having the wooden nickel. I'm gonna try probably here for a secret room. Probably not there, so I'm gonna save our other bombs. We don't even, again, like, really care about using bombs to open Tinted Rocks, but you never know when these bombs are gonna be valuable. That being said, I'm gonna use them to open Tinted Rocks. Because if we get Small Rock, that would be pretty big. Can't take that. We gotta have a certain affinity for risk to enjoy playing as the Keeper, I think. We gotta respect the fact that, you know, we could pretty much die 2 bad rooms, we're dead. Leave that coin there for now. And without anything that gives us extra money, we're in a very strange spot. Like, normally, wooden nickel would give us a good chance, but then we got the piggy bank that could have shown up in the shop that could have helped us out as well. 2 of clubs, not necessarily bad. I think I'm just gonna go. I know we're leaving behind a few coins. Doesn't bother me too much. Thanks to the map, we can actually see where we're going at all times. We might not want to deal with the devil. That's the other thing. I'm just reminding myself of, you know, what the best practices are when you play as the Keeper. For right now, it doesn't matter too much, I think. The best practice is stay alive. As pithy as that might sound... Yeah, I think you just pop it. As pithy as that might sound, it's also darn true. Come on. What do I have, Guppy's tail or something? I'm not saying you should have given me Small Rock, but, you know, give me flies, don't give me a lock. That being said, I will open it. Got money and bombs. We should probably start throwing, or leaving money on the ground instead of always picking it up, because it's going to create a situation that's untenable for us pretty quickly. Eventually, we're going to get hit. The run's not that strong. I mean, if we're going to have no spacebar items, Shoop the Whoop's actually a pretty good one to get saddled with early on. Oh, dude, that's amazing. So we can actually take a 1 hard deal. We'll take Dark Matter. We'll take Magic Mush to buff us up. We could have taken the pill in the interim period, but this run actually is looking okay right now. And again, we don't need to beat every floor. We don't need to win the whole run, I should say, to make this run worth doing. We only need to beat Mom or Boss Rush. Well, I guess you have to beat Mom to beat Boss Rush. We only have to beat Mom to unlock something. I don't know what it'll unlock, but... Will it be the wooden nickel? Probably not. Eventually, we're gonna need that. But, dude, this is... I relish these opportunities. Because this is like nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Like, we're actually not taking a big risk. By my opinion, at least. We're not taking a big risk in playing the Keeper without a wooden nickel. Because if nobody expects us to win. So if we win, it's gonna be remarkable. And if we lose, while giving it a good try, most people will be like, you know what? Good try. He threw it at the wall to see what would stick, and maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but either way. I think that's it. Begrudgingly admiring might be a good way to describe it. But we'll see. Right now we are, like, the run is overpowered. The only problem is getting hit twice renders me, like, actually completely dead. So we'll take this and hope for no Krampus. No Krampus. Guppy transformation would be pretty big. An update is available for Adobe Creative Cloud. I know you were like, where's the Creative Cloud notifications? It's still there. One day we'll take care of that. Well, there's probably like hundreds of kilobytes in that update. I don't have time for that, okay? I'm a busy man. Might take mere seconds to download and implement, thanks to the hardworking software engineers at Adobe. More like a don't ask me if I want to update anymore, please. We could probably earn a free key out of that without getting ourselves too hurt. But the puzzle has potentially catastrophic implications if we mess it up. I'm just, you know, I'm going to exercise my right to not take an item. I'm not going to take my reflection. And the reason for that is because I think it's probably not very good. At least right now. We're going to head down to the next floor. It's kind of hard for me to believe that 5 minutes in we're actually on the 4th floor. Don't flatter yourself. It is 5 minutes and 8 seconds. But I also think I have a bad habit in Isaac. I think I play up to or down to the quality of my run. I don't know if it's sports psychological or what, but I think the better a run, the worse I play. The higher the stakes are, the better I play. I could easily, you know, I could be trying to spin that into a positive. Plays well under pressure. Yeah, but it also, you know, you can spin it into a negative. Takes good runs for granted, puts himself in a dangerous situation. I'm going to try to abuse it for my advantage right now. If I do indeed have that kind of tendency. But, you know, it's with the knowledge that, you know, it's sweet now, but it could be sour later. I don't like that sweet is the de facto... Oh my lord. Little Chad, obviously irrelevant. I don't like that sweet is the de facto, like, #1... this tastes good sort of taste, you know? I'm a fan of bitter. I like beer. I like coffee. I'm not that much of a fan of sweet. I mean, everybody's a fan of it to some degree. Sweet doesn't just mean cookies, for example, but still. Was I scared that we would die there? Yeah, I didn't want to let on, though. Can't get that, unfortunately. We're gonna explore. Looking for a second secret room, maybe. You think that little Chad can drop, coins for us? He probably drops flies? Come on. How you gonna rip me off on secret room access like this? We can't actually go in here now. We gotta check, right? Turns out that no, we did not have to check. So we came very close to death there. Who's our other boss? Come on, just a single coin. That's all we need. Not that bad, but could go terribly wrong. Actually, the fear shot is a liability here. Be really nice to kill him before he shoots again. We're alive. And we're still alive. Okay, like, cool, but I need the coins, dude. Okay, there's our flies. As mentioned, coins, please. Good lord. Okay, that's fine. It worked. I was gonna say, I've never worked this hard. Normally you want items, they give you coins. This situation, we want coins, they gave us items. We're just very lucky, I guess, that the item was a coin. We've still only been hit once on this entire run, though. I mean, stats-wise, it's a high-quality run, don't get me wrong. You know what we could really use is a Tears upgrade? Our damage can get us out of a pinch. Monstrous Tooth, it's a bad item for us right now. Our damage can get us out of a pinch, but it would be better. Ooh, that's not bad, actually. It would be better if we could shoot more frequently. Should have blown myself up. Oh, that one hurts. That hurts a lot. Because we absolutely could have had it. We just walked into a room that was... Oh, I felt a sinking feeling in my stomach as soon as I took that first bit of damage there. Could have just blown ourselves up. Would have probably been fine. Wooden Nickel Isaac. How do you unlock this garbage item? How do you unlock it? Donate 30 coins to the greed machine? This is a starting item for Keeper after he beats Isaac. Okay. So we kind of squandered that because that was like a really good run. You got to beat Isaac with the Keeper. And then you get it. Still, you know, it's not like we had a 12 out of 10 run and failed. We had a momentary brain fart on a room that is actually probably the #1 room that people complain about in this game. So, although I still think that maybe room that almost every time I get hit on with the freaking, the blue spike turrets is probably a little bit more annoying. Because on that room, you can get away without taking damage. I pretty much just stood in place. I decided to let inaction, you know, decide my fate. We still would, like, petrified poop, even regular poop is okay here. Sorry, I'm just de-hoodieing because it's getting quite warm in here. Even a regular poop we can do okay with if it gives us the occasional coin. But yeah, we're really looking out for, like, if possible, petrified poop is a trinket. That was really bad damage. Don't, you see? Relax. You're not in a bad spot. We're looking out for petrified poop as a trinket, swallowed penny as a trinket. Anything along these lines helps us out. It looks like we got a spirit heart out of that poop. So we got flies. Okay, there's our coin. We will pick up the other coins, because if we get an arcade, we can get a speed upgrade or IV bag from the arcade. We can pretty much play the blood bank until it pays out, one way or the other. For now, we're back kind of in the garbage pile. We're going to get out of this floor as quickly as we can. I'm not that worried about having 5 cents, even though I said an arcade would be useful, because sometimes the blood bank or IV bag, it may be both, don't pay out as greed. I remember that specifically, and it's extremely annoying when you have very limited HP to play around with. I mean, that's really good. Would have been nice to leverage it for a deal with the devil, but so be it. Still good. Cellar 2. Touchy room. Very, very touchy room. Trying to use the poop on the room most of the time, because that way, if it pays out with poop, or sorry, if it pays out with a coin, we'll have that coin on the room that we get hit on. It kind of insulates us very slightly from getting hit twice on the same room, but again, it continues to be a delicate situation. And all these greed runs are going to be, or keeper runs are going to be a delicate situation, to be fair. Let's try it. It's okay. We basically have to use poop as if it's the world's worst wooden nickel. It's gonna pay out, like, you know, once every 10 times with a penny, and we have to shoot it to get it to pay out, but we don't really have much choice in the matter. We kind of gotta swing for the fences, and even if we miss, you know, we'll land in left field, and they could bobble that. Errors happen in the MLB all the time. Oftentimes, once per game, one player will make an error. All the time. Okay, we get a speed upgrade, useful for dodging exact situations like the one we just had. And this might be for the best. Just watch out for that exact situation. You're guarding the coin is the thing. We made it, we made it, we made it. Okay, free bomb. You gotta go Krampus's head. So, like, on paper, we still gotta find our item room as well. On paper, you're gonna look at that and go, but Krampus's head can't give you coins. Yeah, but indirectly, you can save us coins by essentially killing every boss and probably one other nasty room per floor. So, like this one, for example. I feel like this is the right decision. It's fine. The odds of the poop saving me are relatively low, I think. I think we're in the clear to do this. Plus, we still have to deal with the angel potential now, and I don't know if there's many angel deals that are 10 out of 10 for the keeper specifically. Obviously, you know, Sacred Heart would be awesome. I'm trying to think of what else would really work, but it doesn't matter too much right now. We got good damage. Spider Bite is actually a pretty solid tier effect for us here. And we got 2 extra flies for doing that. Way slower than the last run, but I mean, that's because we had Shoop da Whoop right off the bat on the last run, and Shoop da Whoop is like God mode. Even when we had relatively not that great damage, Shoop da Whoop was getting the job done. Quarter, please? Had a feeling it'd be secret room at least, but... Wow. Oh, it swallowed Penny. Disregard. This is lovely. Okay, so now, every time we get hit, we're going to drop some coins. It doesn't render us unkillable, but it makes us difficult to kill. At least more difficult to kill. These enemies are still nonsense. Luckily, our range is good, though. And, I mean, luckily we got Swallowed Penny, or potentially we could have died right there. Was that worth using Krampus's head? Probably not in hindsight, but you know what they say about hindsight. I didn't want to tell you I told us so, but I did. I freaking told us so. Had to censor that a little bit for the new YouTube age. Okay. Shoop da Whoop. Just give me Shoop da Whoop. Don't cut off my head, pee down my neck, and tell me it's raining, okay? That's not a very nice thing to do. We definitely do not want friendly ball. Krampus's head, not the best item in the game. Remember when Krampus's head used to be, was it 4 charges instead of 6? Those were the days, man. It was a big, relative to the size of the scene, that was a big controversy when it was reverted. It did make it a much better item, which might have been the problem considering it shows up, you know, every second run, more or less. Actually, we're not that much slower than we were on the last run. Mostly because this floor has been a lot stronger for us. This will be a great time to get the world's luckiest deal with the Angel. Even though we don't have any bombs, but it's not like we're going to really try to fight Mega Satan on this run anyway. Torn Photo is 20 out of 10. Huge Tears upgrade for us. The shot speed, I don't know if it's good or bad, but the Tears upgrade is very, very valuable. We asked for it on the last run, and we got it now. That's fine by me. Okay, so we're on Catacombs 2. What do we need now? I mean, I hate to say it, but a little deal with the devil plus HP action wouldn't be that bad. That's what we used to give us that leverage to pick up dark matter in the last run. I apologize, by the way. I'm going to be a little bit more focused on the game version of the commentary in this episode, just because it's a little bit more, you know, it's a pressing matter. When you're playing Isaac, you can mess around a bit. It's like the difference between driving in a, you know, long country road and driving in downtown Manhattan. You got to keep your head on a swivel here. Things can change in an instant. Oh, like there, for example. Almost got me. We don't want petrified poop. Like, we could shoot the poop and get money, and that wouldn't be the worst thing. But we definitely want to keep Swallowed Penny. It's actually the ideal trinket. And I mean that literally. It's not an ideal trinket. It's the ideal trinket. I would take it over Curved Horn, which I almost never will do for anything else. Okay, so we're just saving Krampus's head because the boss fight could be around the corner. We still need to get to our item room, but this is kind of a big moment for us. Lovely. Deal with the Angel. We might as well just take this right off the bat. Stats aren't very relevant. Now we gotta think. The Wafer does nothing, and Miter is just gonna... I mean, it's gonna do nothing. It's gonna turn red hearts into flies. So sadly, I think we end up having to take Circle of Protection. Which means when we shoot, the Circle of Protection reflects shots. Begone, shots! So I think that's... I don't know what Begone Thoughts is. It's a meme that I'm not familiar with. I know what Thought stands for. I don't know what it is. I just know the sound it makes when it takes a man's life. So, if I remember correctly... Oh, it doesn't even have to be us shooting. So it's just at specific intervals that are unknown to me at the present moment. If a shot hits the Circle of Protection, it becomes a homing shot that works against the enemy. So we gotta be careful about these, to be honest. Maybe we don't, actually, now that we have IV Bag. Or, Swallowed Penny, sorry. Similar Ends, very different means. How could none of you be dead at this point? You're all one hit away. It makes me mad, but we're gonna move through it. Because now, Swallowed Penny should help us out here. It should always give us a penny. In fact, that should allow us to play this Demon Judgment as well. So we're looking for, like, maximum luck increase. Shouldn't have picked that up necessarily. We're looking for maximum luck increase. And if we can get the speed upgrades as well, that'd be nice. I'm trying to not pick up the coins that are in a dangerous spot just in case it leads itself to disaster. We're probably going to be spending a lot of time on this floor, though. It's not like we're worried about boss rush. Just avoid accidentally walking into the blood bank, or the Demon Judgment for that matter. But it's alright, because we're going to clear it up as time goes on here. Please. This is a very, very good arcade for us. And it could also turn into a myriad of great shops as well. But we would really like this to pay out, like, as soon as possible, because it's getting quite silly. There we go. So we get, we get Blood Bag as a result. So we're going to play Demon Judgment. And we could play the Demon Judgment twice on one play, but my philosophy is why risk it. You know, one wrong move and all of a sudden we're dead from our greed, essentially. We get Missing Page 2. Not particularly strong, to be honest with you. Apparently it's doing work for us that I never remember. What are we looking for here? Honestly, I'm kind of torn because we're looking for Blood Bag, but we don't really need 2 speed. As Luda said in Ciara's magnum opus, oh, I don't even need the speed. We don't need 2.00 speed. What we could use is more money for the shops. IV Bag is not the right call, I think. Sure, it might allow us to get infinite money. In fact, I mean, as soon as you say that, you go, what do you mean it's not the right call? Well, the problem is it does hurt us as well, so although it gives us infinite money, I kind of consider that like secondary to our safety. But like, do we get 2 cents or more every time we use IV Bag? No, we just get 1 cent. So we're really just laundering. Obviously, we can't make much use of that. Still, that was pretty good. We could use IV Bag to get us into, like, boss trap rooms, for example, I suppose. We got some speed. We got Missing Page 2. Whatever the heck that's actually going to do for us remains to be seen. We don't need a one makes you larger pill, so we can turn it into a card. It's 2 teleport cards, pretty solid, actually. Let's donate 5 cents, which you normally would never do on a, you know, a keeper run, just to get us to 500. Nice round number. Still on pace for Boss Rush, which is kind of hilarious. Boss Rush is very secondary. I'm going to use our stars cards in the most conservative way possible. Essentially just to take us, you know, into the item rooms, in all likelihood. Possibly to teleport out of, like, what looks to be a particularly juicy boss trap or mob trap room, depending on what we qualify for, but for now, we're really just interested in getting through these floors without dying. Sounds a little basic, but a run like this, you never know. Although, to be honest with you, Swallowed Penny makes it extremely likely, relative to the average keeper run, that we got a great chance of winning here. You know, it's like we know what's going to be on the test. We still got to study. Oh, okay. We still got to memorize the answers. But we know what's going to be on the test. I've never done that, by the way. I know that's... The internet has a problem. Maybe it's human nature. As soon as someone says, I've never done that, people go, oh, guilty conscience, huh? Not necessarily true. Surely in some situations. I am actually like... I am an honorable student. I was going to say to a fault, but really, it's never really backfired on me too much. You know, I was also the kid where when you did, like, take-home exams, and they say don't work with a partner, obviously you go back to the dorms. People are like, let's work together. And I'm like, I don't know. Professor Harris said don't use a partner. So I think I'm just gonna do it myself. You know, I wouldn't want the teacher to be disappointed in me. And is that a low T approach? Perhaps. Just want to try this. But you know what? I stand by that code. I think it's valuable. Have a code of ethics. Plus, it was also like, you know, pretty easy. Anytime you get a take-home exam, like there's a, if you've never done really closed book exams, or sorry, open book exams, and that happens a lot. Like in high school, I don't think we had the impression that an open book exam was easy, right? Not really the case. No, if you got your textbook, why don't you just look up the answers? Because really, it's more about, you know, proving that you know how to do something. Like, it doesn't prove anything to show the teacher that you've memorized, you know, X formula. I know you're going, what about the quadratic formula? No, you don't need to have it memorized. That's like, maybe in the 1600s you did, because books were infinity dollars. In this day and age, you don't need to. The only reason you need to have the quadratic equation memorized is to, you know, satisfy your 9th grade math teacher. Also the title of my favorite book. The World. Useful, maybe, for the next floor. But an open book exam, my opinion, is that they tend to actually be more difficult than closed book exams, because they're not testing like, you know, what is Avogadro's number? They're going like, use Avogadro's number to solve what might be a more, a difficult problem. Where am I going with this? Take-home exams are the opposite, in my experience. Every take-home exam I've ever had in my life has ended up with like the class average being 95 or something like that. The one exception might be like, one of my English classes in university, they gave us the essay topics in advance so that we would write the essays at home, and we could bring in the essays that we wrote at home and then copy them onto the piece of paper. I don't know why that was an exercise at the time, but it was. And in that one, you know, when you write an essay, you never really know where you're gonna fall, at least in college. You know, that could be an A+ essay, that could be a C+ essay, depending on how the teacher's feeling. You never really know where you stand. Lucky me. Just gonna use a bomb here. We got like our odds of beating Mom, extremely high. Our odds of beating Mom's Heart, I would put it above 50%. Odds of beating Isaac, I'd put him a little lower, to be honest with you. Good run. And we're gonna have to beat Isaac at some point to unlock Wooden Nickel. If we could accomplish that on this run, that would be a success in and of itself. Thank God for Swallowed Penny, dude. So we can spend 80 years on that shop. For what? Speed and luck upgrades? Not necessary at this point. Although our luck is 0. Just realized. Despite getting all those luck upgrades. And that's the thing about, you know, STEM degrees, dude, versus like an arts degree. People have the impression. I had to take a balanced education. And I say that, you know, doing the jerk-off motion with my hand a little bit. Sorry, monetizers. Monetizers. No, but, you know, science, conceptually, might be a little bit more difficult in some respects, I guess. You got lab work, but is lab work, you know, harder than building a portfolio? Maybe, maybe not. Is lab work harder than, you know, painting? I don't know. I'm not necessarily going to get into this argument. What I will say is that in science, you usually know where you stand, and that's worth something. Anytime I took an arts course, this may surprise you, because I'm so obviously intelligent and analytical, but I was more of an artsy kid in high school. My highest marks were like music and English. Did fine in science, but like music and English were my jam. Even still, you know, in university, you take an English class, you write an essay about, you know, Bartleby the Scrivener. You know what you're gonna get. I hand it in and I say, good essay. Get it back from the teacher, 75. It's not a bad mark. You go in for your, you know, Calc 2 exam. You go, I bombed that. You get it back, 62. You're like, yeah, okay. Turns out that my expectations met reality on this one. I have a very, it's not really like a nerdy young Sheldon sort of anecdote, but I remember specifically, I took an exam in my first semester of university for my calculus course. I was an okay student in calculus. Even though I remember almost none of it. Except how to, you know, derive the interval of, like, 4x. Anyway, grab this. We could always teleport. None of this is good enough. We don't need it. We don't need it. Head down to the next floor and just keep moving. Yeah, forget the shop even. We don't need it. We're working on other stuff. Did we unlock something as a result of that? No? This is good though, dude. Like, actually good. Because this floor is twice as long and we teleported right to the boss fight. Anyway, so they gave us a word problem, which essentially was a visual problem to be solved using calculus. So it was like, there's a fish on one side of this stream, and it wants to go to the other side of the stream. The stream is moving, it's flowing in a north direction at like this many meters per second. What angle or what equation for like the slope of the line should the fish swim at in order to conserve as much energy as possible? You know, you had to interpret a lot of these formulas and equations that were given to you and then apply them in such a way as to solve the problem for yourself. Well, I was doing it. I did okay on the test, but or on the exam, I should say. But I was getting myself in a tizzy over this particular question. Like, I knew this problem to be solved, but I just didn't know, you know, what goes where, how to apply one formula to the other for this specific situation. So I thought I was a smart guy, and I just said, well, if the fish wants to conserve as much energy as possible, he just shouldn't swim at all. Because not swimming, according to your calculations here, takes 0 energy. I did not get full marks for that question. In theory, you take the mark, you walk out and get the halo. In practice, should I do it? No, because I could step on the spikes. In reality, I'm going to do it because I'm not a baby. I played enough Isaac. I'm not going to shy away. The spikes don't even move. You're going to tell me I should try to avoid the immobile spikes? Not necessary, my dudes. That was also the only time I've ever had exam anxiety in my entire life. I studied. I knew what I was doing. Looked at the first page. Can't answer any of the questions. Question 1, no idea. Question 2, no idea. Question 3, no idea. Turn to page 2. Question 6, no idea. Question 7, no idea. Finally, I found a question that was like, what does the plus symbol represent? Or something like that. And I said, oh, I know this. I answered that question right, started to build some confidence, went back, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know all this stuff. Turns out I'd actually studied it, you know, over the course of the preceding 4 months, did fine on the exam. That's why I like my exam advice. If you ever find yourself, you know, you get test anxiety, everybody's got their own solutions for dealing with it, I guess. But if you're taking an exam, I like to start by finding the easiest question on the exam. Takes like 2 minutes, starts your momentum off right, you know? Always start by writing your name, your student number on it, and then immediately after it. It's like prison. You gotta find a question that you can mess up. Establish your dominance over the exam. And then after that, everything flows a little easier. Once you know you got one question, then you get 2 questions. Then you get 3 questions. And then, you know, the rest is pretty much up to your preparation. And if you can't answer a single question on the exam, you should have gone to class. That's just, you know, take the L on that one. Enroll for the makeup course next semester. Anyway, what are we even talking about? This is big, because if we beat Isaac... And by the way, the only reason we're in this run at all is Swallowed Penny. Were it not for Swallowed Penny, we would be screwed. But the Keeper is kind of inherently an unfair character to begin with, so... Did we get a disproportionate advantage? Oh, dude. Big time. Big time. But we kind of need it, at least until we get Wooden Nickel. Once we get Wooden Nickel, which could actually happen on this run, then things become a little bit more fair. 50% chance to actually be able to recover HP after taking damage. At least if you have Nun's Habit, but... For now, we're gonna take what we can get. So we took what we can get! She looked at me with her big brown eyes and said, y equals mx plus b. Which is true, by the way. Why? Because your boy doesn't mess around. What is this shot? No, we need... Oh, we can have it. We have triple brimstone, but our face doesn't turn. Our damage is the marijuana number. So our damage actually stinks pretty bad. Who would have thought? Oh, Bumbo stole my money. No. Bumbo stole my money. I needed that. You're not gonna shoot. You're not gonna shoot. Because you're scared. But sincerely, I really need that money. Yeah, but like I need it like a lot. Thank you, thank you. We're back, we're back, we're back. Okay. Don't be proud of me for what I've done here. This was a stupid decision. We should not have done this. We also should probably be saving keys at this point. We've re-rolled what was actually a pretty solid run into a run that, if I'm being frank with you, is kind of trash. That doesn't matter that much. Well, it might, because we need coins to survive, but who doesn't in today's economy? This would be a wonderful time to get shoop de whoop. My decision was a bad one, but we gotta live with it. And I'm happy because, again, we made the run very easy for ourselves, took away some of our bragging rights, and now I'm saying, no, bring those bragging rights back. I have the bragging right of way. I do want to max out Bumbo, because, like, we could just hide. Plus, by the way, it wasn't all bad. We got the ability to fly, thanks to the Seraphim transformation. But, as you can see, approximately every room on planet Earth is taking about 80 years to actually complete, so a tiers upgrade would be a very nice thing for us to see. I'm not worried about the chest too much. It's all, like, this run, the end game is the chest, but we get pretty much the value that we were hoping to derive just by beating Isaac. We're done. Did it all for a troll bomb. Just kind of sad, really. You spit out a coin there. I do respect that. Don't hit me. Please, don't. But I specifically asked not to be hit. We need the key. No! Bumbo, the 5 cents is for you. Let's go! Okay, we got next level Bumbo. Excuse me? We have Explosivo tiers? I mean, why not, right? Oh my god, this rate of fire. Who would have thought? It turns out an 84 rate of fire is actually pretty bad. The damage is good, but mostly thanks to the Empress, unfortunately. What are the odds you drop a key after this fight? Probably fairly low, huh? Good. So the wooden nickel should be unlocked now. Which is basically a prerequisite for getting further into the, like, Boss Rush's Keeper, for example. Hush's Keeper. Those are going to be a dang nightmare. Try it out. Bomb's a key. I'm drowsy's fine. I can see forever's fine. Full health, not relevant right now, but that's fine. Infestation 2 is not that good because our rate of fire... Sorry, it's not that good because our damage stat is actually fairly not that good. It's killing me, dude. Having to charge up 84 every single time. Mind you, when things, you know, die, tends not to take too long. Bumbo, if you're spitting the coins, you can have the coins, okay? I do want you to hit max level. If you can kill things a little faster, we're in a much better spot. Nothing, huh? Thank you for not being greed, at least. That's for you, Bumbo. He's got to be getting there. Search your feelings, you know it to be true. The real problem is, if we can't kill an enemy in a single charge of our shots, that's where the nightmare is going to start, because we really almost can't afford to give enemies any chance to shoot us. That's for you? Come on. Getting to know you. Getting to know Alabumbo. Getting to grow you. Getting to hope you like me. If you ever fail a note completely, just warp it. No shoots, please. Thank you. No shoots, please. No shooting, please. We need that coin. No, non-negotiable. Also, if Bumbo's busy chewing on enemies from being max level, he might not be able to eat our coins, which is a pretty relevant concern for me at the present moment. Fine. That went very well, actually. We could open it. Didn't end up being very good, but it's actually... It's sad, but blank card is worse than Mom's Pad if we never get any card to work with it, so... Might as well respect that there's a chance that that ends up being our superior option. Unfortunately. This is still not the most regrettable reroll I've ever done. The stakes might be close to the highest, but that's what makes it fun. And it just goes to show you, like, how unassailably strong Swallowed Penny is as the keeper. Would have been nice to not have to take that, but it's fine. Like, even with the fairly awful reroll, we're still mostly set. You think we have a Little Baggy? We also have Tarot Cloth, which is very strong, but we need cards. But I'm thinking maybe we got Little Baggy, and that's why we haven't seen a card yet. Come on. That's for you? Come on, dude. That's fine. I'm actually happy you're, like, milling my coins and giving them to Bumbo, who is now at max level. No! What can we say? We really did it to ourselves. However, I'm stoked. We did the reroll, we died by our own principles, and we got wooden nickels, so keeper runs should be easier in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'm an idiot, but I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you will be as well. Click the like button if you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, but for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.